I am. I'm talking to you.
You can talk to me.
Okay. Talk like to the camera.
You're talking to you. You really okay.
So let me actually move that a little bit. Yeah. Does that work?
Yeah.
My name is Luke Reyes. I'm the chef and co-owner of 9th Street Ramen. Opening 9th Street Ramen was definitely like a labor of love. And it took us 3 years to open. We were fully slammed. I remember our first night, you do your basic friends and family, which is supposed to be, service and test run things, and it looked like a fucking nightclub in here. We opened about 2 weeks before the shutdown. So we opened, our first day of friends and family was February 15th, and then we had about 3 weeks of like regular operations and went right into this whole thing that we're in now. All of those things that we had counted on for our business, kind of that infrastructure collapsed. Unfortunately, having to lay off most of our service staff, we had to lay off almost our entire kitchen staff. We would have myself working in the kitchen, washing dishes, cooking, and running food at the same time. We were kind of trying to get ahead of things with, safety precautions of just, constantly sanitizing, and, like everywhere else, we were taking it day by day. We hear stainless steel holds this virus more, and our entire restaurant is built out of stainless steel. I think from this entire year, the biggest thing I learned is how to be agile. Ramen is really one of those things where it's not traditionally a takeout food. You want to eat it fresh, you want to eat it when it's hot, right when it comes out, because that's the best version of it. So we had to adjust and pivot. We were doing take-home gyoza and like prepackaged kits with recipes included on it and notes from us, and really trying to focus on our neighborhood. One of the things with outdoor dining, especially in downtown Los Angeles, is how do we turn a sidewalk that's not just like people with their dogs and constantly busy people moving, how do we turn that into a dining space that reflects ourselves and our interior aesthetic, now bring that outside, and also coupled with the homeless population downtown, and how do we balance those two things. So it was definitely a constantly moving target that we were just trying to hit. I think one thing that was really important to us is through the entire pandemic, we didn't close the restaurant. We stayed open for lunch, we stayed open for dinner, because I think as downtown got hit with both the coronavirus and businesses shutting down around us, on top of all of the protests that happened and some of the looting and destruction that happened literally next door as we watched it, like people destroying businesses around us, we wanted to be someone who was part of the community, and we had a lot of community outreach. We partnered, giving away a lot of meals. Throughout this year, we've worked with several different donation groups and like giving away hundreds of meals to battered women's shelters, to elementary schools. From the government, we've received little to nothing. That's been the really tough part, is being kind of left in the dark. The hospitality industry employs so many people, and it's also a huge part of our country, and our people want to go out and dine and want to be around people, and it's literally dying. I still want restaurants to be my life. I want to feed people. I want to interact. That's like who I am, and that's why I think I've been mildly successful in this business. But it's also, how do I balance that with being a fucking human? Tried to be, focused on my health, which is something in the past that I haven't done. Is like, so what am I eating? How am I sleeping? Am I exercising? Am I actually, how is my mental health? Like actually going and getting therapy. Who are you? You're not just a chef. You're not just your job, even though I've always associated as like my life and my business are, you know, symbiotic. It's literally one thing, and having to take a step outside of that and be like, what do you actually enjoy to do when you're not in the kitchen, or you're not focused on creating a menu or doing whatever, you know, taking my mind off of these things. The experience of bringing guests into a restaurant, you know, we only had this small window of it, and having that thought of like, that's the light at the end of the tunnel, is to get people back in here and get people at a ramen counter and serve them a drink and be able to interact with guests, because that was the whole reason we did this.